From one neighbor to another, WCTE PBS is here for you. Coming up next is Live at 5 on WCTE PBS and its streaming platforms to provide updates on communities throughout Central Tennessee.
Welcome to this WCTE Live at 5. Thank you for joining us tonight, March the 3rd. We have got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking to UCDD, Tommy Lee, and we're also going to be hearing from Susanna Clouse from the Putnam County Fair. So welcome, Tommy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Avery. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Tommy. Where are you from, and what do you do at the UCDD?
Sure, Avery. Born, raised, and still reside in Overton County. Went to Tennessee Tech, married a Cookeville girl, Allison Taylor, and have three beautiful daughters, Taylor, Charlie, and Anna. And we, like I said, we all live in Overton County. And as you can imagine, with three girls, it's just cruising along right now. Nothing exciting ever happens.
Right. Nothing exciting ever happens. That's an understatement. And so you've been at the UCD for a little bit. Tell me about what you do at the UCD.
Sure. Yeah. So I've been with the Upper Cumberland Development District for 10 and a half years. And I do a couple of different things there. I work with counties and cities, and I help them out with their residential and commercial development. I also oversee the Department of Planning and Community Development. And what we do there is we just try to improve the quality of life for the citizens of the Upper Cumberland. We help out with transportation planning. We write grants for infrastructure, and we do all kinds of planning, anything basically that can help, like I said, improve the quality of life for the citizens of the Upper Cumberland. And then I'm also the Deputy Director, and I like to call myself the Consolation Prize. So because when Mr. Farley, our Executive Director, isn't somewhere, I get to go in his place.
Well, that's fun, right? You get to get out of the office and move around and see people.
Right.
So you talked about economic development in the Upper Cumberland and planning as part of your role. And you do have something exciting to share with us today, something new that's going to be coming to the Upper Cumberland. And I was hoping that you could give us a little insight to that.
Yeah, sure. So recently, Avery, well, let me give just a little bit of background. So when I was talking about planning and community development, one of the things that is under that department is tourism development. And so recently, we were able to announce that we are going to be creating a new television series that is going to focus on tourism destinations right here in the Upper Cumberland.
And best of all, you're going to get to watch it right here on WCTE.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where I was headed, is I want to talk about our partners that we're working with, with this television series. Of course, like you mentioned, we are partners with WCTE, but also we're working with Tennessee Tech. We're working with the Upper Cumberland Tourism Association. We're working with the Tennessee Department of Tourism, and funding for our first season is being provided by our federal partners, the Economic Development Administration.
Well, we're super excited. I know there's been a lot of planning going into this show, which it's going to be called Wish You Were Here, and it's going to be a monthly show that's going to premiere in May. It'll run for 8 months. It's going to be 30 minutes, and it's really going to showcase all those great things in the Upper Cumberland, kind of off the beaten path, just fun getaway experiences. And
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, Avery, we're gonna have some of the big attractions. Obviously, we're gonna have the Dale Hollow Lake and the Big South Fork, but also, we're gonna show these hidden gems that maybe people that are outside of our region don't really know about. And one of the things, probably the thing that I'm most excited about is we're gonna focus on the local businesses that are here in the Upper Cumberland, where you can tell people where they can go to a great boutique or get a great cup of coffee, find a great donut, or even a local winery or a local craft brewery.
Well, and I think restaurants and history museums and really unique places to stay. I mean, we were doing some brainstorming today, and we were talking about tent camping and marshmallow roasting. So, I mean, I think it's going to be everything that you can possibly imagine as far as what you could explore here in the Upper Cumberland.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many unique businesses that are here in the Upper Cumberland region. And like I said earlier, a lot of people outside the region don't know about these great businesses and these great off the beaten path natural features. And so we really want to sell our beautiful region for those across the state and across the Southeast.
Right. So what do you hope that the viewer will get out of when they watch this show?
Well, we want to inspire those who watch the show to come and visit, and then come back and visit, and then come back and visit. We want to educate them. We want to show them what we have here in the region, and then we want them to come and we want to spend some money. I mean, I'm going to be honest about that. We want them to come visit, and we want them to leave some money before, so that so it will help our communities.
Absolutely.
That's the whole purpose of this thing.
Right. And I mean, we are going to be featuring all 14 counties. It's not just going to be a hot spotlight on one or two, but we're really each show is going to be a good mix of lots of things going on in many counties. And so we're excited about the show. We're excited about how it's going to highlight all the great things here in the Upper Cumberland. We want people to participate. We want to hear from people. We want to hear their stories and maybe their unique experiences here. So there's just so much that we can do around the show. And, you talked a little bit about partners. Chuck Sutherland is going to be a big part of this show. And they've been working on a really unique app. Do you want to share a little something about that?
Yeah, I'd love to, Avery. So one of the things that we have been working on here at the Development District is our day trips to our individual communities. And so we have a few of these that we've already completed. But for example, in Jackson County, we have a day trip that we have planned where you wake up in the morning and you go to Cummins Falls, and then you go to the Boils, and then you go hit, the Bull and Thistle or the Stolen Coin for lunch, and then we take you to Granville to end your day. So, I mean, we start when the sun comes up, and we leave you when the sun goes down. We're going to throw in some of those places that you want to stop and eat and stop and visit, and then we're also going to show you where you can lay your head when the day's over with. And so we've got those in the works. We've got approximately 7 or 8 of them done right now, but we're going to have at least one day trip for every county finished and out there, where in the next few months, hopefully those will all be finished. And you can either print out these day trips, or you can access them via your phone. So you can actually, the app will take you along while you're doing it. So very cool. We're excited to get this rolled out.
Well, what a great companion piece to the show. So you're sitting at home, you're watching this great 30-minute show on WCTE. You decide you actually want to make the trip, so then you pull up the app and you start planning that day trip or weekend trip or even longer. Tommy, I was just going to ask you before we go, do you have a favorite thing in the Upper Cumberland that you like to do?
Well, I mean, as a musician, I love playing out at local places live, and I love going to see other artists perform at our music venues all throughout the Upper Cumberland. And also, I love our food here. I love our local restaurants, Putnam County, but also all throughout our region. And it's one of the things that I get to, a perk of the job is I'm in all 14 counties. So I know where a good place to eat is in every county in the Upper Cumberland.
So they just need to tag along with you one day, and you'll show them where all the secrets are.
You know it, absolutely.
Well, Tommy, thank you for being on our Live at 5 today, March the 3rd. We are going to be right back, so stay with us.
Thank you.
मेरे लिए तो बहुत ही रिस्की है।
तो इन दमंग लोगों ने क्या किया, उसको पत्थर मारकर हत्या कर दी।
औरतों के हाथ में अगर पावर हो तो वो क्या कर सकती हैं। मेरा दिल हौसला देता है।
The WCTE PBS annual dinner will be held Tuesday, March 22nd at the Leslie Town Center in Cookeville. Enjoy live PBS-themed string quartet music, great food, and wonderful company. Doors open at 5:30. For ticket information, please visit WCTE.org.
Genealogy is the study of ancestors who you usually came from, your mom, parents, your dad's parents, and further back and as far as you can go. Online is Ancestry.com. MyHeritage is another one. There's a whole lot of information on the internet that you start digging for and you'll find it. And a lot of resources at your state libraries and at your local libraries. The resources that I started using was before the internet, and that was the library. The library was the most important resource. A lot of people forget about it nowadays and just do the internet searches, but there's so much more information at the library that's undiscovered. It'd be well worth your time if you're interested in doing genealogy to go to the libraries, local libraries and the state libraries, especially state libraries. My grandmother, when I was a kid, she got me next to her and opened up a chest, and she pulled out this letter of my great-great-grandfather who fought in the Civil War, and he had written a whole series of letters to his wife, and I was young at the time, wasn't really interested, but it stayed in the back of my mind for several years, and later on I decided that I would like to know more about my grandfather, my great-grandfather. He was in the war with his brother, and his brother was killed at Battle of Chickamauga. He was captured in a battle and went to prison and died in Northern Prisoner of War camp. And so it's a really interesting historical study. You find out how atrocious that both Southern and Northern prisoner of war camps were. You get to know your grandfather, you develop a personal interest in that person. I think that's a very valuable thing to go through life with. I continually look for historical records, any genealogical information on my family history. I find it fascinating, and it gives me a link to who my family really is.
Welcome to your March PBS Passport Update. I'm Josh Deepin with WCTE PBS. This month we have a slew of premieres coming your way, so stick around to hear more about what's streaming. To kick off Women's History Month, WCTE PBS wanted to acknowledge remarkable women in male-dominated fields. The series Kitchen Queens of New Orleans is available for streaming only on Passport. It features female chefs of New Orleans and their culinary mastery. You can also stream the 3-part documentary, Greta Thunberg, A Year to Change the World, as she explores the science of climate change and witnesses the consequences firsthand. General streaming for Around the World in 80 Days expired in February. If you missed the show, just log on to Passport and you'll be able to watch it anytime, anywhere. In the land of premieres, Call the Midwife Season 11 rolls out on March 20th. You can watch the following episode a week before broadcast on Passport only. This is an in-demand show, so fans are certainly welcome to take advantage of this Passport membership benefit. And lastly, spring is right around the corner. Warm up outside and in front of the TV by streaming shows like Nature, where you go beyond the beach to learn about tropical wildlife and exotic ecosystems. If you miss it on broadcast, stream over 10 seasons on Passport. If you are interested in becoming a member of WCTE PBS to access the added benefit of Passport, it's never been easier. Simply type in the URL below, wcte.org/passport, or just scan the QR code using your smartphone's camera. If you are already a member, simply sign in using your credentials to access PBS Passport. That was your PBS Passport update for the month of March. I'm Josh Deepin. As always, happy streaming, and I'll see you next time.
WCTE's Great TV Auction is May 31st through June 12th. All of the behind-the-scenes action is underway, and we need your help. Join in on all the fun by becoming a donation solicitor. For more information, please contact Miranda Maynard via email or call 931-528-2222.
On the next episode of It's Your Business, we learn how small business can impact communities and individuals alike as we talk to Asa Reese, owner of the Grinder House in Crossville, Jessica Upchurch, owner of Happy Trails Brewery in Sparta, and Shella Rooney, owner of GoKnee. Join us right here for another incredible episode of It's Your Business.
I just want to see you happy again, Charlotte. Is that so wrong? I'm trying to forge a new life, a new path.
All who set foot in Sanditon fall in love on the spot. Was that your experience, Miss Hayward?
May I introduce my dear friend, Mr. Lockhart?
100 soldiers, Charlotte. I have a plan for us both to find husbands here in Sanditon.
You remain stubbornly unwed, I see.
I believe independence is something to be encouraged.
Oh, don't be absurd.
Mr. Lockhart, what do you want from me?
Isn't it obvious? I will not let you destroy my reputation.
I shall be watching you like a hawk. I am besieged by fortune hunters. Just feel my heartbeat when I am with him. So who are you dreaming of? Love is not as simple as you seem to think. Why should it not be?
Sanditon, Sunday, March 20th on PBS and the PBS app.
Midwife calling.
Hello, Nurse Franklin. Long time no see.
Call the Midwife is back.
No one's higher up in the nuns' fan club than me.
Amen.
They are the best of the East End.
I will go where I am summoned.
I'm so glad you've asked for help.
May I introduce your daughter?
She's beautiful.
An all-new season of Call the Midwife, Sunday, March 20th on PBS and the PBS app.
Welcome back to WCTE's Live at 5. Thank you for joining us. We've had already a great show. We talked to Tommy Lee from the UCDD and introduced a new show that's going to be coming to your screen here on WCTE in May called Wish You Were Here. Our next guest is Susanna Clouse, and Susanna is with the Putnam County Fair, but she also has a day job that she's going to tell us a little bit about. Welcome, Susanna.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So, Susanna, do a quick introduction of, where you work and what you do as your day job, and then we'll talk a little bit about the fun and why we're here right now.
Okay, so my name is Susanna Clouse. I work currently as the program assistant for Putnam County UT Extension.
Well, that has to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we're here today, though, to talk about a big award that you and a couple of your partners in crime have been involved with. And so tell us about that award that you've recently received.
So just recently at the Tennessee Association of Fairs annual event, we won the Champion of Champions trophy. And there's a lot that goes into that. In order to be qualified for that, you have to be one of the champion fairs for the year before. So they have it split up into different divisions, single, double, and triple A. And it's all based on the number of people in your county. So we're in, so we had to win our division, which we're in triple A division. We're one of the larger fairs in the state. So we won Champion Fair 2019 along with White County and Lauderdale County. That's who we were competing against this year. And they judge our fair during the week, so we actually have 2 guest judges that come. And then we have to turn in a big report at the end of the year after our fair is finished and we have all of our numbers totaled up. And they look at that as well, and that all goes in to make the decision on the Champion Fair.
Well, and so congratulations to that. That you have to be super excited.
Yes, yeah. Everybody is still kind of walking on air from that, even though it was almost 2 months ago.
Right. Well, and so you are part of the Putnam County Agricultural and Industrial Fair. How long have you been involved with the fair?
So I've been involved with the fair officially since 2014. Of course, I grew up coming to the fairs, and I'm local. I'm from Cookeville, so I grew up coming to the Putnam County Fair, and it's always been a big part of my life. But I joined the Junior Fair Board in 2014, and I was on the Junior Fair Board for a couple years, was able to actually chair the Junior Fair Board before being asked to move up and be a member of the Adult Board.
And what is involved with being on the fair board?
So while you're on the fair board, you help plan all the events. We help raise money, help get sponsorships, and then you are planning the fair 12 months out of the year. So we're already right now starting for next year's fair, started getting ideas and themes, nightly events together before the 2021 fair for the 2022 fair.
Well, I know there's a lot behind the scenes that people aren't familiar with or aware of that goes into putting the fair on. And some of that is some of the events that you have. And is there any of those events that you can share with us?
For next year's fair, we're definitely going to be having 2 nights of motorcycle races, 2 nights of rodeo, and 2 nights of demolition derby again. And we're also expanding Grandma's Barnyard, so there's going to be a new stage in that area where we're going to have music throughout the entire fair. So we've got a lot of great things planned. Since we have one, we are going to be having a little bit of a celebration on the first Saturday that afternoon, and we're going to be serving some desserts and drinks during that.
And I'm assuming if someone is interested in knowing more about all of that, it's going to be on your website. We're still a little early, I guess, to have all of the plans worked out, but I encourage people to check back to that website for more information. You know, when I think of the fair, Susanna, I think of, carnival rides and cotton candy and candy apples. But really, there's so much more to the fair. I mean, there's ribbons and competitions. So could you tell us a little bit more about how someone would maybe get involved in some of the competitions?
Absolutely. So that is definitely a big part, is our carnival and our midway. But the heart of the fair and kind of the backbone and the start of the fairs were the agricultural and kind of homemaker events. So if you're interested in participating in one of the livestock events or one of the main arena events, whether that be the derby or the motorcycle races, or you want to enter in the cultural arts building or our agriculture building, we will have the fair book out in the end of April, beginning of May. You can start picking those up, but definitely check back to our website, and we have all the information for how to enter those events. And you can always send us a message on Facebook, and somebody can get you the direct link to those as well.
And how is the 4-H involved with the fair, and how is it a learning? I mean, I know that there's a lot of learning, training that goes on at the fair for young people and a little bit older. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Of course, 4-H is definitely a big part of the fair. They help run our 4-H side of the cultural arts building and take in entries, but throughout the entire week of the fair, our 4-H agents in Putnam County are there helping to run livestock shows. They're there to help facilitate live demonstrations and make sure that everything is taken care of in the cultural arts building. And there's definitely some teaching that goes on with that. We're constantly working with those youth on how to show the animals or how to bake or how to can, helping them do certain crafts in order for them to be able to enter those in the different competitions.
Well, it's just very interesting, and it's a treasure for our community and for the Upper Cumberland to have a fair like yours right here in Putnam County. I know a lot of people come from all over to take part in the fair, and it's because of that participation and that involvement with the directors and that you all were able to win this award. And I know you all are just thrilled for that.
Yes, yeah, we're very lucky. We have a lot of great volunteers. There's hundreds of volunteers that help us throughout the year and during those 10 days that really help us pull off that large scale of an event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, John Allen was quoted as saying, "Now the entire state knows what we have known for years, and we have the best county fair in the state of Tennessee." So I know he's very proud to be able to share that, and he's proud of all the work that you all are doing and putting your time and effort into making this a really great fair. And now you mentioned something about volunteers. If someone was interested in learning more about volunteering, how would they get involved?
So once again, you can find, there's a sheet on our website, a contact form. You can fill that out and send it in to us, and it'll send us an email with your contact information. There's also a phone number that you can find once the fair book comes out. Or, like I said, find our Facebook page, and it is the Putnam County Agricultural and Industrial Fair. And send us a message, let us know you're interested in volunteering, and we can get you connected to the right person for whatever you want to volunteer with.
That sounds fantastic. And so, Susanna, what is your favorite part of the fair?
I think right now my favorite part is Grandma's Barnyard. I've really been able to work with that the last 2 or 3 years while we've been developing that exhibit, and it is probably one of my favorite just because we get to really teach kids and youth and adults about agriculture and how it's important for our lives.
Yeah, you added quite a bit to that area last year when we toured it. I think my favorite might have been the little baby pigs that you had there. Yes. Lots of ways for the kids to see the animals, and I think you can even feed them, right?
Yes, yeah, you can feed the animals, and that's something that's different in the barnyard. We do have a petting zoo, but all of it is farm animals except maybe 1 or 2 exotics. So you really get to see and learn about the farm animals there and pet them and play with them.
Yeah, they would not let me play with the baby pigs.
Yeah,
I was trying to get them to catch one and let me hold it, but they were not going to let me do that. So maybe Mama wasn't too happy with that. It is a great fair. I hope everybody can get out this year to check the fair out or become more involved in the fair. Make sure to visit their website for more information on how to enter some of the competitions, become a volunteer, and participate. I believe, Susanna, the fair this year is scheduled for August the 4th through the 13th, and it will be at the same location as it has been, correct?
Yes, we are planning to be back at the current fairgrounds for 1 more year, and then we're hopefully going to be making the move to the new fairgrounds.
Well, congratulations again on your big win. What a just making Putnam County and the Upper Cumberland very proud with the work that you all have done with that fair. So thank you so much for that. And I thank you for tuning in today to watch Live at 5. And remember, you support shows like this when you become a member. Thank you.
From one neighbor to another, WCTE PBS is here for you. Join us back for the encore on Sunday at noon. A brand new show of Live at 5 will return at 5 p.m. next Thursday. Thank you for watching.